Well, y'all ready to go live, aren't y'all? Happy Cinco de Mayo. So a couple of things. One, I got tequila in me. I can't even lie. Had some great tacos with some friends and folks that live here in Woodland Park. I don't like to, I don't go out and party too often, but if you're going to go have some Cinco de Mayo tacos, you might as well go have a margarita or two. So full disclosure, full disclosure, margaritas and tequila for Cinco de Mayo. Went over and had some tacos with friends. Friends are important. Family's important. It's the perfect system. I went over and had Cinco de Mayo celebrations with one of the more prominent families, and a good family. I'm glad I got people around that are good family folks. But today's been crazy. So breaking news today on who released the affidavit, right? So a lot of people have watched Dad with the Phone throughout this Gannon Stauch case and have criticized me. They have come after me. They've attacked me for releasing certain things. We actually, I think possibly we broke the arrest of Teabag on social media, on the internet. I know that I was talking to news sources, trying to get news sources to confirm to me that Teabag had been arrested, because we got information that she had been arrested, and we broke it. I broke that news without a shirt on. If you remember that video, got me a lot of heat. People thought that was the first time that I broke news from my bed. But if you watch Dad with the Phone, you guys know that we try to bring accurate breaking news around cases. Today, unbeknownst, I don't know if that's a word or not. I can't wait till the haters get a hold of the video after I've had some tequila, because who knows what's going to happen. For real. But today was an exciting day in the true crime world. It's exciting because it's not going to necessarily affect Gannon's murder trial case against his stepmother. It's exciting because we get a glimpse into the criminal justice system. We get a glimpse of some flaws, of some weaknesses in the criminal justice system. And we really get a glimpse into people who, a lot of people want to attack vloggers. And I'm not just talking about me. I'm talking about any true crime. Anybody who works in the true crime vlogging YouTube world has had some sort of attacks against them, because people think they're trying to profit off of tragedy. And that's just really truth in a lot of ways. I know in Gannon's case that people around the world are looking for information and news and updates, and sometimes social media, Dad with the Phone, and different YouTube channels is the only place they get it. And so I've learned this through working a few different cases, of watching how the media reports. And so, but it's interesting when something like what happened today happens, because this is what it's all about, right? This is what you're all about. You want real information from inside sources, right? And for you as the consumer, when I talk about you as a consumer, I'm talking about you who's watching Dad with the Phones video right now. You guys have you're not watching Netflix, you're not watching Hulu, you're watching some YouTuber, some dad in his little home studio report about a true crime case that's happening right now. And today, about social media and the effects of social media in cases like Gannon Stauch murder case. Social media has released things, and things have been released through social media, which caused the FBI, which caused the family to contact the FBI to contact the DA's office, and to put things in motion. I received emails. Listen, if you're watching Dad with a Phone, I've been talking to you guys kind of cryptically about this, but I received emails about this situation over about a week and a half, 2 weeks ago. And questions were asked to me about where I received information from. Now, great thing about what I do is I keep everything. So if you send me a Facebook message and you say, hey, so-and-so sent this, I take a screenshot of that. It finds its way to a file. I download the information that you send me. It finds its way into a file. If somebody makes a phone call to me, it finds its way into a file. If somebody leaves me a message, it finds its way into a file. If somebody calls me and has a conversation with me and I happen to record it, it finds its way into a file. I've been contacted by the 4th Judicial District about the police affidavit in when and how I received it. Now, you guys know that I haven't been charged. Nobody has come to me and said, you broke any laws, anything like that. But today, Michael Allen of the 4th Judicial District released information that somebody from Adams County, we're going to get into this. We're going to get into all of this. I'm going to conversate with you. I'm going to go through and read text about this. I'm going to read you some messages I received. I may even show you some emails tonight. The world has changed. We're all living in this changed world, by the way. COVID-19, internet, vlogging, Zoom calls. I was talking to somebody today about Zoom and HIPAA laws. So some conferences have gone on Zoom, but then you have to talk about the HIPAA laws that are involved with client information, lawyer information. Lawyers are meeting with clients that are behind bars via Zoom. But the question is who else is privy to those Zoom calls? Who else is privy to that Zoom information? Doctors are meeting with clients via Zoom. Therapists are meeting with group therapy sessions via Zoom. HIPAA laws, all this stuff. So the cool thing with what happened today is they released information that a woman who is she works for the city of Brighton. She lists on her LinkedIn a paralegal. There is information coming out now that a Brighton City Attorney administrator charged for leaking Letecia Stauch arrest affidavit. This is the world we live in. You guys have heard me talk about loose lips, sink ships. You've heard me talk about the inward drive for people to release new information, to be the one to release new information, to be the one to let out a secret. Everybody wants to let out a secret first. They want to let out the secret first. Even me, I have an inward drive. Even today, as the Letecia Stauch information, as the Letecia Stauch information was breaking, admins, people that work with Dad with the Phone, investigators, people from around the country sending me information. Everybody wants to say it first. I don't know if it's luck. I don't know if it's, I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's fate. But today I had the opportunity to hear the district attorney with my own ears. I was standing 20 feet from Michael Allen today at the press conference. No other vloggers, no other YouTubers, nobody else. You had mainstream media, you had KKTV, KOAA, maybe one other news media was there, but I think it was just KKTV and KOAA. And then you had Dad with the Phone. We're in this world today where the public can access information as fast, if not faster, than sometimes the rest of the world. This entire press conference was today about how Letecia Stauch arrest affidavit was leaked to the public prior to it being released by the judge. This is a serious thing. The reason why it's so serious is because our Constitution protects the right for those that are charged with crimes to be tried with the presumption of innocence, to be tried in a fair court in front of people. When a judge, who is for all circumstances God in this circumstance, like when it comes to the circumstance of Letecia Teabag Stauch's freedom, when it pertains to the case and the murder of Gannon Stauch, the judge is kind of like God. The system we have, the judge is like God. And when God says something, it is law. It is the facts. It is the truth. It is the standard. It is the way we move forward. And in the Letecia Stauch case, God, the judge, ordered a gag order, which means shut up. If you are a legal party, if you are the prosecuting, the defense, if you're a witness listed, if you are, shut up. Now we know, listen, I've aired an entire conversation that took place between me and Al Stauch's brother. Letecia Stauch, Al Stauch, Alex Stauch. I aired an entire conversation. I am not bound by God's rules in the Letecia Stauch case. Did I get questioned by God? I got some questions from God's little minions. Trust me. They came forward to question me through email, through phone conversations. I've been questioned by the minions. But when God makes an order, when the judge makes an order and gags a case, gags the information, says everyone is to be silent, it is law, punishable by what we're figuring out is I just spit on y'all, by the way. I hope y'all are protected from the COVID. What is punishable by up to a year in jail and $1,000 fine. Today we got information leaked that came out that the DA has charged and summons. They've wrote a ticket, a misdemeanor ticket, to an attorney up in Brighton, Colorado. I've listed the attorney's name in prior videos. I'm choosing not to use her name in this video on purpose. Hopefully with the intent that it doesn't get removed. Sometimes free speech and book burning. It's close to the same. They keep ripping down my videos like they burn the books in Germany. A paralegal that works for the city of Brighton, somehow is connected, somehow has a login to the Colorado judicial system back end, right? In most case scenarios, this doesn't matter. In most case scenarios, people have access to information into the 4th Judicial District, the 12th Judicial District, the 14th Judicial District, all these different judicial districts. They've had access to cases. But in today's world, we've created this urge that I want to share it first. I want to tell the story first. I want to break the news. It was fun for me today. I'm not going to lie. I'm going to be real honest with you. I was driving down the mountain. I live in Woodland Park, Colorado. If you're new to Dad with a Phone, I got into this true crime thing because a woman was murdered up the street from me. I started following that case. It is much more interesting for me personally. I'm only speaking for me personally, and I take you along the way. This is the best way I can put it. I would do this anyway. Cell phone or not, internet or not, Facebook page or not, YouTube channel or not. I have decided that it's more fun, entertaining, intriguing, rewarding. It's more rewarding, I guess should be the word that I use, for me to follow a real life case than to watch it on YouTube. I just happen to live in an area where I live in Colorado, and basically, let's be honest with you, true crime on the internet, at this moment, Colorado is king, right? If you follow true crime on the internet, we're talking Chris Watts, Patrick Frazee, John Benet Ramsey, Letecia Stauch. I could probably go on and on. Mindy Lee, Joshua Maddox, Pepsi, Kalungi. I could go on and on. Kelsey Schilling, right? True crime, Colorado might be king. And I came in after the Chris Watts case. Had I been following the Chris Watts case, for all you Chris Watts fanatics, you guys would have got the best coverage from Dad with a Phone than anyone. There would have been no one that would have got the coverage I would have gotten, because I've already been to Chris Watts' house and I haven't really even covered the Chris Watts case. But I came in after the Chris Watts case. Patrick Frazee murdered Kelsey Barrett down the street from me. I started following that case. All of a sudden, Gannon. There's other cases that have happened here in Colorado. Colorado has become almost like a true crime hub for internet sleuthers. There are definitely cases around the world that are happening. Don't get me wrong. But if you follow the true crime world, Colorado's king. And I happen to be going down to meet with some folks today in Colorado Springs. One of my admins, shout out, you know who you are. I don't know if you want me to say your name or not. So you know who you are. You're awesome. You've been with me from the start. One of my admins sent me a message and said, hey, something's going on with Letecia's case. I've been following Gannon's case and Letecia Teabag. They said there's a press conference today. Something's going on with the arrest affidavit. So the arrest affidavit was leaked by a paralegal, by someone. Loose lips sink ships. Is it going to affect the case? According to Michael Allen, no. But what you have to understand is where this could affect the case. This could affect the case in the appeals process. It's not going to affect the case when it comes to whether she'll get a fair trial. Today, there was actually Michael Allen spoke more of a change of venue today than I think, I really think is even possible. He talked about a change of venue and where it would go. A lot of people think it would go to Adams County. A lot of people think it would go to Douglas County, up into the Denver area. I have to be honest with you. I think if they were going to change the venue of T-Bag's case, it's going to go to Durango. And I speak more from history and experience in the 4th Judicial District than most people on the internet. Most people that are following this case. When a high profile case like this comes through El Paso County or Teller County, and it becomes an issue of change of venue because of certain, maybe too much attention, I can't see how Gannon's case has gotten any more attention than Kelsey Barris' case. I can't see how it would change because of attention. There's just a greater jury pool from the El Paso County area than even Teller County. Now, obviously, Patrick Frazee didn't go for a change of venue, but when you come up with experiences or reasons for a change of venue, you have to come up with some sort of biased issue. And I don't see them. I don't even know if they'll seek a change of venue in this case, but it came up today. The information that was released today about the leaked police affidavit, it came from someone who had access. Loose lips sink ships. This is nothing new. We get our same information from these types of people. I can tell you this, that rumors are flying around that the person who leaked this information is a source of Dad with the phone. That is not true. Part of me wishes it was true because I could just capitalize on the content version of it, but I can't say that honestly. I don't know the person who has leaked this information. I've never had contact with the person who has leaked this information. These are the same things that I told the 4th Judicial District, by the way, because they asked the same questions. And I gave them straight answers. I have faced some scrutiny over the Gannon case. I have learned some lessons, good, bad, or indifferent. I'm going to follow this case all the way through. You are going to get the most up-to-date, accurate information from anybody on the internet from Dad with a phone. Up until the point where they tell me I'm not allowed in the courtroom, I'm going to be at all the court proceedings. Even when I don't even know about the press conferences, trust me, I'm going to know about the press conferences. Man, today, one of my brilliant admins sent me a message. I happened to be down the street. I was down the street from the press conference today, working on some other business. I made some time. I almost passed the press conference. I was looking to the left. You guys don't see this because I was videoing for shit. Give out some information. I was videoing for a future documentary, and I was looking out this way. I was like, oh, they're not doing a press conference today. And I just happened to glance and see the KOA truck, and I was like, oh, there's KOA. There's Michael Allen. The press conference is going on across the street. Pulled into the parking lot, jumped out, watched the press conference. I told people this on the live video that I actually shared from the press conference. This isn't for you. It's for me. Like, I'm watching this because this is entertainment, interesting. One day this will be a Netflix. One day it will be a Dateline. One day it will be. And I look at this and go, it's interesting to me to watch face to face. And so I say it on the phone when I'm actually filming this. Hey, I just brought you along. And so you can go see the full press conference with good audio from some of the other news organizations. I have released it with good audio on Dad with the Phone. My sources sent me the uncut, unedited video. Human behavior has become an interest. How can a stepmother do what she did? I can tell you this, the stepmom is fighting those legal loopholes. Today was one of those fight with a legal loophole. And the DA had to, they didn't give a card away, but it was like a knock against them. Like their system is broken a little bit, that some information leaked. That information is nothing that the court wasn't already going to release. You have to understand that. And that's why it's important for you to understand that this isn't going to ruin the case. Letecia's not getting out. Teabag is not getting out. She's not going to get away with this. This isn't a get away with murder issue. Could it come up in the appeals process? I don't have COVID, I promise. Could it come up in the appeals process? Absolutely. Is it going to interfere with her case? No. I'm going to bring up some information and show you guys, and we're going to talk about some people who are involved with this case today, who the lady was, the information we can find out about her at least. It was like a paralegal for the city of Brighton. You have to understand, it's interesting because we're figuring this out because we're learning more from all of these cases. So fortunately, a lot of this we can learn from actually another case, the Lori Vallow case. If you haven't been following the Lori Vallow case, you can find a couple of videos on Dad with a Phone. I talk about Lori Vallow's case. Recently, they had a bail hearing, a bond hearing that was brought. She's already had a bond hearing, but another bond hearing came up because of quote unquote new information. That new information was that the cops had been recording her conversations between the lawyer and Lori Vallow. What we learned in that is that every little straw, the old saying, grasping at straws, isn't made up, right? And lawyers often use the grasping at straws to try to postpone, try to delay, try to come up with more information, try to throw off the prosecutors, in a sense, to say we will grasp at any straw we can to help our client. Now, the system is built for that reason. You never want an innocent person to go to jail. You never want an innocent person to be prosecuted for a crime they didn't commit. And so our system isn't perfect. The judicial system in America isn't perfect. But we've created it in such a way that there are a lot of straws that prosecutors can grasp, that lawyers can go after to prove innocence or to prove a bias in a situation. And this is what happened in Lori Vallow's case. This is what happened in Letecia's case, Teabag, I like to call her. Man, this thing is becoming closer and closer for me, okay? I'm not going to talk about this, but I want to mention this. I'm in the middle of a situation where a murder has taken place. A murder-suicide has taken place in a family that I know intimately. Their kids have stayed at my house. Their family has stayed at my house. I've been around this family. And then all of a sudden you have a podcast that you're talking true crime, and you're like, this is a murder suicide that happened as close as it can to you, and it happened within days. And I'm asking questions, why, right? Why? What happened? What took place? Why did this happen? What was going through their mind? Same thing happened with the teabag case. Same thing happened with the Lori Vallow case. Same thing happened with the Patrick Frazee case. I asked myself, what would cause me to kill my wife? This is what intrigues us. This is why you're watching, right? Because there is something about us that wants to know the why behind these evils. And so when the police affidavit came out, we began to read this police affidavit, the leaked police affidavit. People are now ticketed, going to be go to court, have to answer for these things. The why. That's really what they're seeking. The why behind Teabag, the why behind Lori Vallow, the why behind Patrick Frazee, Chris Watts, the why behind Dane Kalungi, the why behind Andrew Newman, the why behind. That's what they want to know, the why behind the killer. A lot of times I wonder if people want to know the why behind themselves. What would drive you to do the things these people have done? Why are you interested in cases involving people you will never meet? Why are you interested in understanding the why behind these killers? It's the same reason I asked this to myself, by the way. I haven't asked you a question tonight that I haven't already asked myself. That's the brilliant thing about this. Just like I was at the press conference today, it's not really for you. Yeah, I love sharing it with you. Yes, I love the engagement, the questions, the messages, the text, this, that, and the other. But really, I'm searching it for myself. Really, I'm searching it for my own questions. And I got a pretty beautiful life. I don't ever see myself in those situations, but I wonder the why behind those situations. It's crazy. The same drive that drove the woman to release the police affidavit, it's the same drive that drives me to release information first. It really is. And it's that questioning. Like, I want to call her up. Like, she wouldn't give a statement to the press. I think it's a waste of time if I tried to reach out to her. I've been rambling for 40 minutes. What have y'all been saying? Let me think. What are y'all talking about? I'm watching Netflix. Your wife is amazing. She is absolutely that. Mental health. Jamie says mental health is what a lot of folks blame it on. Many don't show signs. Some do, but we overlook a lot of warning signs. It's truly sad. Lives are taken. The situation in my own personal life. I got to be careful with this because I'm so close to home. Like, I have, in the last, today is the 5th, on April 30th. So April, May, today's May 5th. On April 30th, people that I know, a family that I know, people who have been in my home, kids who have played with my kids, my wife, super close, uh, to a to a woman who was killed by her ex-husband. The last 60 days, her ex-husband has been in and out of jail, I think 3 times, for domestic and child endangerment. And then it culminated into an event where he murdered her just a few days ago and then committed suicide. So if you don't think the why has been running through my head, it's there every minute. Today, just today, I spoke with a man who is in the middle of a divorce, and he lives in the same house with the woman he's divorcing. I had to tell him the story. One of our close friends, a situation of divorce and family and domestic and back and forth. The why people do it, why people are driven to it, why people question it. I actually have answers. I answer them for myself. I'm hesitant for the dad with the phone community, only because what if I'm wrong, right? I don't want to be responsible. Like when I answer questions for myself, I feel a sense of responsibility that, hey, I'm dealing with this amongst my own personal, myself issues. Why I don't do this, why I get angry about this, why I react this way, why I react this way as a father, why I react this way as a dad. Every day, every word. I wish I could say it was every word. I try as a father that every word that I speak to my children is uplifting and accountable. Am I perfect? No, man. I yell at my kids. I say things to my kids I wish I could take back. I say things to my wife I wish I could take back. But this is what makes us. This is how we grow. It's hard for me to think. I had to ask myself these questions during the Patrick Frazee case. I tried to ask myself these questions about the Chris Watts case. I couldn't get myself there, right? Because I'm a white man. Chris Watts, white man. Patrick Frazee, white man. Me and Patrick Frazee actually shared physical attributes. Patrick, same height, same weight, finger. Chris Watts, I don't know much about him. He's a lot smaller guy. But I tried to ask these questions about me, right? What would drive these men to kill their wives, their significant others, their children? Trust me, like you want to know these things I don't know if you want to know these things. I wanted to know these things. I wanted to know like what drives people to do those things. Not because I ever think I can't get there. I can't get there. There is no scenario. I worked in daycares at age 18. So I worked with small children. I worked for a daycare at a Christian school. I'll be honest with you. I worked there because the girls that worked there were hot. I ain't even gonna lie. I didn't work there because I figured I was good with children. I worked there because the girls that worked there were cute, and I had an in with getting a job there, and I worked at a daycare with children. What that gave me was an understanding of children. I saw things I'd never seen before. I saw things I didn't understand as an 18-year-old kid. 18-year-old man, 18-year-old boy. My mind wasn't even formed yet. Now, I've had the opportunity since then. I'm 40 years old. Since I was 18 years old, I've actually had the opportunity to work with kids, to work with adolescents, to work in youth programs, to all of that. The family, children is an amazing system for me. When I look at the family system, I was talking to somebody about a strong ass family. I got to be careful because he kept saying, Michael, you can't talk about this on your blog. And I'm like, I know I can't talk about this on my blog. I have the opportunity to be around some strong families, generations, multiple, 4 generations. I was at a place tonight, 4-generation family. Like I know all 4 generations. And the family system is so important. It's so perfect. It's so freaking beautiful. And we've like mutilated it. We've mutilated the family system. We've either downgraded the father's role, or we've downgraded the mother's role. We've tried to create this place where a single parent family is normal. It's okay. Listen, I know that some of you are in this situation, and this isn't a condemnation. This isn't some sort of this isn't to put down the situation you're in. But when you're talking about true crime, when you're talking about murder of husbands, of wives, of children, these are destructions around the family system. I know this isn't what I signed up for on this video. I'm sorry. YouTube, if you've been waiting for me to get to a point, good luck with it. Happy Cinco de Mayo. Like I started this conversation, I drank tequila. I haven't drank tequila in years. No shit. That's an honest truth. I can't come up with a scenario where I've drank tequila in the last 2 or 3 years, 4 years, 5 years. Tonight I had some margaritas. I even had a couple of shots of tequila. The family system is a good thing. And if it takes tequila for me to say that, I hope you heard it. As far as all this teabag shit, she's going to burn in prison. Listen, Teabag's going to do life plus more than 156 years. Bet me. I'll make that bet with anyone who doubts. Teabag will be, call me Mystic Mac, call me Mystic Dad with the phone. Teabag, Letecia Stauch, will do life in prison plus more than 156 years. I believe that. Today was a hiccup. It was a knock. It doesn't look the best for the 4th Judicial District. You let some shit leak. Listen, I know you got some leaks. I already know. You got some leaks. Push them off on Adams County. But you got some leaks within your own county. I'm not going to tell you about those leaks because, frankly, I need them. Social media, the public, the right to know. You know, the one thing Michael Allen said to me tonight that Michael Allen. I talk like he talked to me directly. First of all, the news media was freaked out. Dad with the phone showed up. Oh my God, they were whipped. They broke their necks. The red Jeep pulled up. Dad, how the hell is Dad with the phone at the press conference? That's because we run shit. I don't mean Dad with the phone runs shit. I mean the internet runs shit. You can't slow it down. You can't stop it. I love you, Sam. Ashley, you have a special place for me at KKTV, KRDO, your junk. Fox 21, I'm down with you. I didn't see you tonight, Fox. I should have sent you a message, Fox. Should have sent you a message. The world we live in is different. If you're a true crime junkie, if you're following the Gannon Stauch case, if you're following what happens with Letecia Stauch, you need to follow Ashley over at KKTV. I will always have an affection for KOAA. That's where Sam came from. I got their people on text messages. They contact me, I contact them. KOAA has a special place for me when it comes to traditional media. But for all the traditional mediums out there, whether it's by luck, whether it's by my admins, or whether it's by the internet, Dad with the phone will be on top of the Gannon Stauch case. Hey, thanks for watching tonight. It's been fun. Should I read comments or should I just walk away now? Should I read comments or should I walk away? You guys know I haven't been reading comments the whole time, right? What's the questions? Do we got some trolls in the house tonight? I'm looking at comments. It was my daughter. She's okay. So we're talking about all kinds of stuff. Walk away. Thanks, D-Wop. You're the man. I'm from Ireland, CNN, as they say, Clinton Network. That's funny. I call it the corrupt news network. Miss Sam. Hybrid, thanks. Killer Hornets. Hey, go check out my video. I thought you were going to show emails and stuff. Yeah, I probably should not. Do I have anything I want to show? I don't think I have anything I want to show. Officials haven't identified the person who leaked the affidavit, but we learned that the suspect is Brighton City Attorney, Executive Administrator Sherry Fartsvet. So this is the lady. You can Google her. How about I just give you her name and you can Google her. Paste. This is the woman who leaked it, according to my sources and according to other sources. Pandemic, murder, hornets, and UFOs. Nice play. Dude, that's the world we live in. Hashtag 2020 UFOs. Hashtag 2020 pandemic. Hashtag 2020 killer hornets. I love the honeybee. I don't really, Amber, glowing Amber, you do a live for interaction, right? Not really. You guys know that I only do this for the simple fact to put it, it's like my book. You happen to be reading the book live. That's what people have mistaken about Dad with a phone. And I've even mistaken this about myself sometimes. I'm reading your comments, right? I'm reading your comments. Normally, I don't read my clippings. Um, Dude, Facebook is brilliant. Facebook has given me the option to ban shit before it even happens. I felt so much better the other day. I did a live video. I actually deleted this live video. Facebook has showed me how to ban trolls before trolls even show up. You got to love that, right? And so I want you to understand, if you're new to Dad with the Phone, take this right now. You may never come back to Dad with a Phone after I say this. This isn't for you. It really isn't. It's not even for the justice of the victims. See, I think every victim, justice has already been written, right? For every victim in true crime, murder cases, kidnapping, missing children, murdered spouses, murdered people, I believe justice has already been written. And so don't think that I do this for justice. I don't do this for attention. People donate, by the way. If you want to give, you'll figure it out. If you want to find me, I think I got some banners. You can find me at all the banners at the bottom of the poll, bottom of the video. If you want to give to the channel, you'll figure it out. I don't even do this. I don't do this for finances. I don't do this for notoriety. I don't do this for you. I do this because, man, I'm not going to write a book. Like I'm dyslexic, self-diagnosed from a documentary. My wife has taught me more about reading than my education. I've learned more in the last 16 years when it comes to reading and spelling from my wife than I ever learned in school. I wish I could write a book. People have told me to sit down with ghostwriters and just talk and let the ghostwriters go after it. Maybe someday. But this is the closest thing to my book you're ever going to get. And so I don't do this for you. I don't do it for anyone. Actually, I don't do it for anyone other than myself. One day I'm going to sit with my grandchildren. I'm going to play shit for them. One day my grandchildren will play shit. One day my grandchildren's grandchildren will play some videos from Dad with a Phone. So if you're new to Dad with a Phone and you think I'm in this for whatever, hang on. I ain't going nowhere. True crime, fishing, my life, where I happen to be and say, hey, I'm going to a press conference today. That's what was brilliant. See, this is why I know that it was painted for me. Like, this is how I know that whatever fate, karma, life, trajectory, however life is going to play out for you, this is how I know it plays out for me. Randomly. Completely randomly. I was doing business today. If you were watching my live videos, I put my mask on. Wait. So I could do some banking. It is fun for me to go into the bank with a mask on. I don't wear a mask anywhere else. So today I put a mask on. I went and visited a number of banks, went and visited a couple of people, relationships, people I owe money to. Went and visit. Dude, I love paying people money. when you pay people with paper and you're like, here's some paper. I love it. There's something in me that loves it. I was paying paper to people. All of a sudden, one of my admins, Facebook, sends me a message. Breaking news. I show up downtown. There ain't no big media trucks. There's a couple of cameras covering a news conference about a case that interests me. When that happens, you actually know you're doing what you're supposed to be doing, and the world is shaping for you. If you've been watching Dad with a Phone, you know you got ears, you got eyes, you see it. Hey, thanks for watching. Life is good. The virus is bad. Tomorrow may never come. Follow me at all the links below. Damn, I just turned this into an hour show, and I feel like I could go for an hour longer. I love that. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Thanks for watching Dad with a Phone. Because YouTube is set up this way, hit that like and subscribe. But what would mean more to me than the like and subscribe? Go over to Facebook, find Dad with a Phone page, and tell me what you really think. Whether you love me, hate me, feel indifferent about me, you get to express yourself. I hope you do it from a real account. I hope you don't hide in the shadows. Hey, but trolls, I love you too. We'll talk to you guys later. My name's Michael, Dad with a Phone. Damn, I want to take a phone call, but I'm not going to. I might be back later. I'm gonna text my wife. I might go back to Cinco de Mayo party, to be honest with you. Tacos were good tonight. Happy Cinco de Mayo. Hey, Letecia, when you watch this in jail, and a lot of people have asked me why I would say this, I think there is coming a time when prison systems are going to allow prisoners to watch YouTube. They let them watch TV. They let them have limited access to internet. I think there is going to come a time when they actually let prisoners watch the internet. Hey, Letecia. Teabag. You're a teabag girl. You will always be teabag to me. Your story's going to be told. Don't you worry. People are going to know the kind of evil you are. And where you think may get buried amongst the virus, get buried amongst the national media, Dad with a Phone is not going to allow you to go unnoticed. I don't know what drove you to do what you did. But we will never forget. And you escaped the death penalty. But there is no doubt in my mind whether in this life or the next, you're going to meet that justice. Thanks for watching Dad with a Phone. We'll talk to you guys later.